It says live.
Okay, here we go. All right, I'm going to record up here. Here we go. I hope it's working. All right. Hello, everyone. It's June and summer, and summer's officially here. That means pool days, beach days, summer trips, road trips, plane trips. What will you be packing in your bag or your car, or what do you take with you as your healthy snack to the office? You will want to stay tuned to the important information you're about to hear right now. My name is Kendall Mackintosh, and I am a certified Integrative Nutrition Health and Wellness Coach. I specialize in one-on-one and group nutritional coaching for weight management. I also work with those suffering from depression, anxiety, and stress on how to live a healthier lifestyle. I am also very passionate about educating through the science of nutrigenomics, which is the study of how nutrition and the food we eat impacts our body on a cellular level. Because now we know that the root cause of most diseases comes from the foods that we eat, our environment, and our lifestyle choices. Sadly, your doctors, the mainstream media, big pharma, and the big food companies are not telling you this. That's why when I meet someone who has the same passion and drive as I do to share this important information, I get really excited. So let's see. So I'm thrilled and happy, excited to have my friend Noura Salman, who I have known for many years, but it wasn't until earlier this year did I truly understand how amazing she was. Her credentials alone are incredible. Noura is a CPA and a serial entrepreneur at Noura Knows Best on social media. She owns several businesses and is the creator of a financial education business course for business owners called Save Your Financial Ass. She is certified plant-based nutrition at Cornell University and the creator of a health, wellness, and weight loss program called Lean Out Now, and is the inventor, founder, and CEO of SuperFreshies, which are superior superfood refreshments, which I'm thrilled that we're going to talk about today. Did I get all that right, my friend?
I'm like, who are you talking about today? This girl, she's all over the place.
So let's hear about your story. I'm super excited.
Wow. Thank you for the amazing introduction, and thank you for naming me as one of your, people that you really vibe with and you feel get what you do, because, there are not many people in your role that are willing to do what we do. You have to be willing to risk a lot to help a large amount of people. And you might fail personally doing it, but you're willing to do it for the greater good, and there are not many people that want to fight this good fight, because there are a lot of bad guys up top that are trying to suppress us before we even make a mark. So, I am honored to do this with you today. Thank you for having me, Kendall.
Awesome. All right, so tell me about your story. Let's hear about it.
All right, you're going to have to give me a tight leash because I'm going to go too far if you let me, okay? So to keep it brief, which brevity is not my strong suit, I am originally a CPA, and I became a CPA at 21 years old. As soon as I graduated from college, I got it right out of college, and I entered that profession because I wanted to not have the struggle of money that so many people do. We all do. It's behind everything. And I came from a family that, we were first generation immigrants, came here from London. My parents are Lebanese. And the biggest issue was money. And I actually think the health woes that people are dealing with are really validated by money. Like, people are, with bad relationship, because of he's working and I'm working, or he's working and I'm not. And, just, it's a lot about money. And so anyway, that's what I did for 15 years. And while I was doing this profession, I got sick mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. When you're so up here and you live within this, and if it's not a healthy mindset, you have an unhealthy life. And so basically, being a CPA, we sit on our butts all day and you stare in front of the computer, you eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner at your desk, And if someone comes to talk to you, you're like, are you talking to me right now? Don't talk to me. If someone calls you, emails me, you don't, it's like, we're the most antisocial people. We're, in general, it's introverted people that are CPAs. So I'm a very unlikely person that entered the profession, but as I got into it, I would not move more than 4,000 steps in a day. And we didn't have Fitbits back then. I just knew I wasn't moving. I was getting in the car, moving to the office, sitting at my desk, getting in the car. I would try to go to the gym every night, and that was my only workout. But that's not a healthy life. Working out for 1 hour and sitting all day is not a healthy life. So anyway, in that profession, it's stressful also. So not only are you sedentary, and it's a high stress environment, and it's a male dominated environment, you want to reach for comfort of some sort. So you're socially, recluse, you're stressed out, and you're sitting all day. So like, what do? Everyone has a vice. And for me and most people, it was, let me eat something. Like, what can I put in my mouth that will make me feel happier, which will make me feel comforted, which will allow me to sit at this desk 12 hours. So that is really what got me into health and wellness. Is I really felt with what people feel. And that is, how do we live in this man-made world that's unnatural, unhealthy, and create a new world that is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So talk about your bars. Where did this, because I know you're doing this like from your home, like you really got down to the nuts and bolts of this. So talk to us about your business and how you started this, how you even got there.
Okay. So it really came down to when I wanted to get out of the financial world, and I'm still in it because it's what I do and I'm good at it. But, I thought I want to get fully into my own health. I wanted to improve. I used to weigh almost at some point 20 pounds heavier, which, some people will be like, oh, that's 20 pounds. But like, to me, I'm almost 40 and I look better. I'm leaner. I never had abs my whole life until the last few years of my life. So, how do I later in life become healthier, have more energy, and be happier? It started off with my own journey of like exploring different diets and foods, and like going to Whole Foods and like looking at what's in there, and going around the outside of the aisle, going inside the aisles, and learning about superfoods, and looking at products that are healthy and bars and whatever, and like looking at what's in them and what tastes good, what doesn't. At the end of the day, it came down to, how do we move? How do we eat? How do we think? And what are our habits and routines? That really creates your health. So I improved my own health, and then I became friends with a girl who was like, wow, I want to do what you did. We became close. I helped her. She lost a ton of weight. And I created this whole thing where people kept referring me, like, work with Noura. You want to lose weight? You want to improve your health? Get in touch with Noura. So that created my program, Lean Out Now, which is based on those 4 principles. But the issue is, conceptually, you can teach someone all these things, but if you don't give them the tools, like, it's not going to work. So I realized, I need to create something. And that was my bar. But it actually started as a pudding. So what I would do is I would go to Whole Foods and I'd grab all these ingredients. And because of my mathematical mind, I said, okay, how do I get the most fiber, the most protein, the lowest net carbs, and the most superfoods for the lowest amount of calories? And it's like, it was kind of like a puzzle I had to solve. And so I would like make these spreadsheets of like hemp protein, garbanzo beans, and tofu, and chicken, and like literally like everything, eggs, egg whites, and I was trying to analyze like what gives me protein, and what is sustainable, what's going to sit on the shelf and not go bad, but still be so fresh that it's good for you, that it can tolerate that. So basically it was trial and error, like going to Whole Foods, like playing with ingredients. And then I just created this amazing pudding. And the first flavor was actually called Lean and Green. And that's what Green Dream is. It originally started as a pudding that I was taking to my gym, and I was just giving out samples and in these little glass jars. And people were like, how much do you want me to pay you for them? And I'm like, no, I just want to see if you like them. Like, they're free. And they were like, they couldn't believe, like, I'm just going to the gym, giving out this like really specialty item that's got all these superfoods in it, and and they're like, it tastes good and it's not bad for me. Like, this was a novel concept. Like, why can't we have taste and enjoyment but without a price? And why are the foods that are the healthiest, like so unpalatable. We have to like hold our nose and like gulp it down. Like I think we can have both. And until now, we don't have, there's a market for it, but there has not been a producer or supplier of products like that.
So true. So true. So when you came down to, let's talk about superfoods. So when you came down to your ingredients, how did you know and where did you draw the line on which ingredients you chose and didn't choose?
Okay, so I do believe in the mindset we can have it all, and I will always push the boundaries. So, you know, when you look at what's out there, you know, I have to say this, you know, there are people that have done a lot of work to get bars to be a thing. You know, like I recognize like Power Bar, the first real bar, and then Cliff Bar. Like these are the big players that came out first. Like kudos to them for creating something. It's just that my proverbial question in life is, how can I do it better? So when I look at those bars, I think very processed, lots of artificial ingredients, lots of syrups, no superfoods, too sugary, not enough fiber, too many carbs, cancerous ingredients. So, and, you know, animal ingredients. And like, what happens when you put stuff from a dead animal in a bar and you let it sit? Like, to me, that sounds gross. I mean, I'm plant-based, but like I haven't been my whole life. And to me, you know, even putting egg whites, like in your own kitchen, would you put egg whites on the counter and like let it sit there for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Would you let it do that? Just to clean the dishes after making a fresh set of eggs smells gross.
How do the other bars do it? How do you put egg whites in a bar and have it sit on the shelf? I don't get it.
You have to use ingredients that are artificial. You have to, you know what? You have to create balance when you create a product, a food product. And I'll tell you this, taste and texture are what the consumer wants.
I'm here. My computer's dying.
No, you're great. Oh, here we go. So taste and texture are what consumers want. And what creates addiction to a product that makes someone feel satisfied from it and to have them keep coming for more is, and this is what the fast food industry has mastered, is salt, sweet, fat. If you put this trifecta into any product, you will have a product for addiction. The issue is we've been using crappy salts. We've been using hydrogenated oils, bad fats, animal saturated fats. And we've been using sugar and different types of sugar and syrups. And you know what? Even if you use dates or you use honey, you know, sugar is sugar, bottom line. And especially the difference with fruit is it's got fiber and water and it's balanced. And when you put a lot of sugar by itself, that's a recipe for disaster. So in creating the bar, I wanted to create a nutrition bar. You know, we have different bars, snack bars, candy bars, protein bars, energy bars. And I wanted something that meets what all of those are. And that is, it's a snack. It gives you energy. It is something you can have in replacement of candy because it's sweet and it's tasty. And it can give you your protein. Maybe it's not 20 grams, it's 13 grams, but it's a high dose of protein. So I wanted to have all these things. And originally I thought I want to be able to compete with the protein bars and I want to compete with and then I realized, no, I'm going to be a balanced bar. And so basically it's an almond butter base. And I created my own protein blend, which is made with hemp, pea, and pumpkin seed. And after that, there's a tapioca fiber, which is half the sweet of corn fiber, which is what most of the companies are using. But corn fiber is, you know what, the most genetically modified crops are corn and soy. So I was like, nope, not putting those in my bar. So those are the base. Everything else is a superfood. And the sweetener is monk fruit and stevia. And a little bit of Himalayan salt sprinkled in there. And there's not a sugar alcohol. There's not a preservative. There's not a syrup. There is nothing that is not natural and is not a superfood.
Awesome. So tell me about the process and like how people can get this and, you know, how is it accessible for people to get these?
Yeah, great question. So I will say this is where it's come from. It was a pudding, and then I realized obviously that's not shelf stable and it doesn't last. People want something that's fresh, right? So basically, it has been, these ingredients have been packed into a bar that actually could last. I It lasts longer than 6 months because what's happened is the water content is very low, and when the water content is very low, you're actually you can increase the shelf life because it's just really, you've packed a bunch of powdered superfoods together. And so what's great about it is it's a shelf stable bar. Ideally, freshness is, you eat it within 6 months of purchasing it. And you can buy it on superfreshies.com, which it really means superfood refreshments. So you can go to superfreshies.com. Right now, the first flavor is Green Dream. This is like the signature base flavor. It's very sweet, nutty, and hearty. And the next flavor will be Chocoholic, which I'm developing right now. It's already been, all the flavors have been done, but now we've got to go to commercial, and that's a whole process. But you can buy the bars, and I can run on forever. But what I'll say is, what I like to do is incentivize the consumer for committing to the product. So if I want to give you a good price, I'm never going to discount an amazing product unless the consumer is willing to do something to allow me to do that. So what I'm doing is, the more you buy, the cheaper the price per bar becomes. So if you buy a single bar, it's $4.95 a bar. And you could pay $5 for a Quest bar in an airport, and it's not a very healthy product. It is $5. Now this is a pure product with nothing bad in it. So it's like I can only go so low on the cost, like for a long time I've just been breaking even because I just want to get the bars out there. But a single bar is $4.95. One box has the bar for $3.95 a bar. 2 boxes and it's $3.50 a bar. And if you get 3 or more boxes, it's $2.95 a bar and free shipping. So that's the best way to get the bars. And soon we'll be rolling out a subscription service, but the best way to order it is on the website right now. And soon I'm getting into some hotels and some, bigger operations that are going to push them out, but you're going to be able to, if you get them there, you're going to be paying a high price. Like we're talking about, they're going to really, there were some juice bars that sold my sample bars for $7 and $8 and they flew off the shelves. No one cared. People paid it, but that's where my bar will be sold retail. So I want the consumer to get it at the best price straight to the door from the website.
That's awesome. Is my voice echoing?
Mildly.
Okay.
I am too.
Okay. So I work with weight management patients all the time, and I have them do food logs, and it's amazing how many people use bars. I mean, they eat them, they grab them, and I get asked questions all the time about what bars are good and what bars are bad. And so I love your bars. I got, started eating them in about February, and now I have them in like every little nook and cranny everywhere. My kids love them, Skylar loves them. But it's like I have such, peace of mind knowing that I have something that is so healthy and it's coming from such good sources. That's my next question.
Straight from my heart, Kendall. Straight from my heart. Of course,
made with love and from your heart. So the next question will be, is this organic? And where are you getting the products? Where is it manufactured? And because people do ask, they're like, okay, here's awesome Noura, she's super cool and she made this bar, but where are the products coming? Because the majority of these mass-produced bars, you don't know where these ingredients are coming from. And that's why I love knowing that you have really great ingredients, but where are you sourcing your ingredients?
So I'll tell you, every ingredient comes from a different place. Think about vanilla extract is most likely going to come from Madagascar. And some of my favorite products come from California. It depends on climate. It depends on production. It depends on a lot of things. Now, the manufacturer I'm using for my bars does a number of lines in Whole Foods. So that already lets you know of the level of standard and integrity that they have to have for Whole Foods to allow them in their store. But I have a lot of ingredients in my bar. A lot of bars, they stick to like 4 things or 5 things. And I'll tell you, I actually specially sourced 5 ingredients that have never been in any of those bars that are in Whole Foods. Fennel seeds to add sweetness. I added monk fruit to sweeten. You know, I'm like, why is no one using monk fruit? I mean, I love stevia, but people are using a very processed stevia. I even had, what is in there? There's wheatgrass. I think that was a specialty item that wasn't in any other bars. So, you know, I've specially sourced a number of ingredients that you're not finding in other, you know, shelf stable bars. But what I'll say is there's a list of a number of ingredients, and, you know, we know where they're each from. And, you know, in general, to scale like this, you need to be getting it from somewhere where there's a large production. Because if it's like a little farm in the middle of Ghana, like I'm not gonna be able to sell a bar that I can, you know, sell and make a living off of. But I will say that, you know, if the ingredient is organic, it says it on the bar. So I would say almost half the ingredients are an organic version, and a number of them are non-GMO if they're not organic. So I think that helps, you know, but I'm all about transparency. So I like that you're asking the question.
Yeah, but you say right here on your, because I've got your package right here, you know, it's gluten-free, GMO-free, all natural, paleo, vegan, keto, no artificial ingredients, colors, flavors, no preservatives or additives, no artificial sweeteners or sugar alcohols, and no syrups. So it's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Was it really hard to get all that?
I just won't give up until I get what I want. So I wasn't going to stop till I got there. That's awesome. You know, where there's a will, there's a way. You know, like, you know, you even need to have, like a lot of bars have soy lecithin in it, and it's like an emulsifier, and you need it. And I said, I'm not going to do it. So I have sunflower lecithin in mine, and a lot of bars need a little bit of an oil to, again, keep it shelf stable. And a lot of people are using, you know, some crappy oils. And I put hemp seed oil before the hemp oil phase, like, you know, what we're into right now, where like people are all about CBD oil and so on. Hemp, you know, years ago when I was using hemp, people were like, what are you using hemp for? It's like, now it's like you know, people are really getting into it. But for me, I'm not willing to settle. I will always try to give the best I can. And I think this product is just, I want us to all raise our game. You know, maybe other manufactured products will raise their game, because I'm going to show the world, like, here, it can be done. It's just a matter of, is the company willing to do it? Like, for them, it's more expensive and they can't make as big margins. I'm willing to make an exceptional product and maybe not make as much in margins. But you know what? It's like selling a luxury good. You don't need to sell a ton, but when you sell to the right customer who is like you, who is like the audience here, you're educated. You care about your health, the health of your family, your loved ones. You are striving to better yourself. You're always trying to educate yourself and learn more, empower yourself, and just turn up the notch. Like, you're always turning up the notch. Like, that's the consumer that's willing to pay a premium for an exceptional product. And that's my market. And if it gets wider than that, that's great. But that is my focus. And that's why the price is what it is. That was a question you asked, is how did I price this?
Yeah.
And that, you know what, maybe I'm not going to make a huge volume and sell to the whole world, but you know, maybe over time I will. And I'm going to start for now with the consumer that's already educated, that is self-educated and is begging for a product like this. Like, we're looking to be able to open up something and not feel guilty after we have it. You want to feel better than when you were before it. Like, what's a product you can put in your body, which is actually a very emotional and what's the word? It's a very emotional, but also I can't think of the nuanced word, but you know, that's a very sensitive, and like, you're opening your body to let something in. It better be good for you. And you don't want to have a product that leaves you worse than what you were before you had it. It should make you better. And I know you are a representative of that, Kendall. Like, you promote products that, intimate is the word. It's an intimate experience to accept, to put something in your body. There are some things I won't even touch, let alone put it in my body. Yeah. So, you know, it's like you got to let the customer trust you and trust you that you're going to put something good into them. And there aren't that many products like that, unfortunately.
Well, I think it's so important that now that there are so many studies coming out and like real scientists and real nutrition people are really, the studies are in, like food and what you put in your body completely affects your long-term health. And so I am really excited to have connected with you today because I think there are educated moms, educated dads, or educated people out there that want to know that what they're choosing to put in their body, in their children's body, and when they do pack up their summer stuff for the summer and go to the pool, that they're not grabbing a bag of Cheetos and crap food that is only going to lead to more long-term, problems. So when's your next bar coming out? When's the chocolate one coming out?
Oh,
pressure.
I know. I've been making the pudding and it's exceptional. It tastes really chocolatey. And something that people don't know is that coffee is actually a very acid forming food. So I've actually created a product that is not going to create acidity in your body, but it's going to give you your chocolate fix. So I'm putting it into development now. So we'll see, maybe by the fall, we'll see. It might come that quickly. So stay tuned. But
awesome. Well, I want people to know your social media link. I mean, you've got a major following on Instagram. You're like a major social media influencer. So you're at Noura Knows Best, right? Any other way to get in touch with you or follow you?
Noura Knows Best. You can. I'm at the capacity of Facebook, so I can. So Noura Knows Best, and that's like my street name. Like my friends have always been like, Nora's the go-to. Noura Knows Best, and it's just kind of like a thing that's stuck, and that's just a name I can't live down. So yeah, the best way really is to follow me on Instagram or what I'm up to on Facebook. I do check my emails, so I do respond to email, Noura@NouraKnowsBest.com. So I'm just going to give it to you, and I think that's it for now. There'll be more things coming up in the fall that I can tell you to tune into, but this is the best way to get me right now.
Awesome. Well, I think it would be fun to do this again with a little more technical savvy, and maybe we'll go and check out some different bars and different ingredients.
Oh yes. Okay, we're gonna get together, Kendall. Next time we're gonna I would love you to show me the bars that your clients, your patients have. I'm going to bring you some of the ones that I started my journey with eating. I've eaten them all. And when a new bar comes out, I will eat it. Like, ask anyone. I feel like I'm cheating on myself, but I will do it. And I'll say this, my bar will not make you bloated. It will not make you gassy. It will make you feel full. It will make you feel satisfied. And you're going to feel complete and you're going to feel energized and better than when you than what you were before it. So, I will say, like, I am an energetic person because of how I fuel this Ferrari, and I want to fuel your Ferrari and your friends and family and followings Ferraris. Like, we have it in us. It's just, we got to turn that knob on, and the gas we put in does matter. So yeah, stay tuned. Chocoholic is the next one. And, I trademark all of my stuff, every name. No one else can use these names. I trademark my brand and what I create. And there'll be more things like savory bars, like butter me up croissant, say cheese pizza. Like, I will be replacing things that we like with a healthy option. That's what I'm trying to do.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, Noura, thank you so much. Wish I could give you a hug. I hope to see you soon. And thank you so much for today. We will to be continued, right?
Yes, I can't wait. We're going to have a bar session where we'll try a bunch of bars. We'll talk about what's great about them, what's not so great. And it'll be fun. We'll just like sample a bunch and talk about them, and it'll be a good time.
Awesome. All right. See you later.
So much.
Bye.
Bye.